Hey everybody, it's Mrs. C and it's Mrs. T. Woo! Give me a woo, Miss T. Woo! All right, it's Mrs. C and Mrs. T, and we are coming to you with a little overview of real numbers, as you can see, because that's what's
right
on
here.
It's right on the screen. Real numbers. Okay, so we're going to get right into it. We want to go over with you guys real numbers. What are real numbers? Okay. So, Miss T, I look at it this way. Real numbers are made up of, pretty much real numbers are all numbers, wouldn't you say? Because they're real,
Except
right?
for not real.
Except for not real. And you might think to yourself, what the heck would a not real number be? And the answer is, don't worry about it. You can worry about that. Doesn't matter to you because they're not real. They're imaginary. And we'll worry about those maybe, I don't know, 10th, 11th grade.
No.
Yeah.
Not with us.
Not with us. So when we go with the real numbers, they're made up of, these are eggs. I feel like it's a little Easter here. We've got the rational egg and should I do a different color or the same? I think you're right. They're not the same egg.
You can't be both.
Miss T, are you telling me I can't be both rational and irrational?
No, you cannot be irrational and rational.
That's crazy. That would be crazy. And that would be irrational. So we can't be purple and red. So you're either rational or you're irrational, but you're still real. So rational and irrational numbers are real numbers. If we look at the irrational egg, Miss T, what do you notice about what's inside?
Just irrational numbers.
Yeah, just irrational.
You're
That's
nothing
it.
else. You're just irrational.
You're just irrational. But if you look at the rational egg, wow.
Multiple.
There's a lot going on in that egg. So let's take a look at some of the things that are rational. I think maybe we should let's write some numbers, because the chances are if you write a number, it's rational. Don't you agree? The odds?
Most likely.
Wouldn't you think? What are my odds? If I write a number, is it going to be a red or a purple? I'm guessing it's probably going to be purple. Let me write a number. I'm going to write a number. You ready?
Ready.
I could pick any number. This is crazy.
I'm
making you nervous. She's getting a little nervous and excited. Woo! I'm going to write the number 15. Okay. I wrote the number 15. Is that rational or irrational? What do you think?
Rational.
It is rational. I'm going to put it over here on the side of the rationals. How about, I'm going to write another number. I'll comma them. How about if I write the number 1/2? Oh, is it rational or irrational?
Rational.
She's so smart.
Why are you doing it in purple?
Because it's in the purple egg.
Well, you're
right?
only writing rational, or am I guessing? I thought I was guessing.
Well, good point. I guess I could use a different color, but that's a lot of color changes.
Right, let's just stick with it.
I might just throw one at you that's irrational in part. She's right. I hate it when she's right. We're going to go to white because that's just not going to be, that's going to be indifferent.
Yes.
I'm going to give you another number.
Let's see it.
Let's go with point. Whoa, what's that? You don't see what we just saw, but I just did some craziness. 0.3. Point 3.
Rational.
It is rational, and I'm not changing color. I'm putting it over here. 0.3. It should be purple, but I don't have the time. All right, let's do another one. I've got a good one for you.
Let's see it.
The square root.
Ugh.
I know, right? That makes you want to go, ooh.
Ugh.
How about the square root of 4? It's one of my favorite square roots.
It is rational.
It's how are you getting all of these right? The square root of 4 is rational. We're going to go over how she's getting all these right. I want to give her one more. I don't know where to put it. I'm going to come over here and put it over here. I'm going to give her a negative.
There we go.
Woo! We're having fun now. Everybody's favorite number, 2. I gave you everybody's favorite number, but put a negative in front of it. Negative 2.
Rational.
Oh my gosh. Again, she's right. Oh.
Time to go.
Time to go. See you later. It was great having you. Bye-bye. Okay, no, we're going to stay a little longer.
We don't pay attention to the bells
We don't go by the bells. All right, this is just so much fun. We could do this all day. All right, how about one more?
Okay.
I don't know where to put it. Let's see. I'm going to squeeze it over here underneath the square root of 4. I'm going to give you the number 0. Is it real or is it is it rational or is it irrational? So I know I stumped her. 0 does it every time.
I don't know.
Oh, so then
Teach
we're
me
gonna
something.
Let's learn. Okay, so 0 we're gonna hold. I'm gonna put it down here. I'm gonna box it because I want to come back to it.
Tricky.
It is. That's why I gave it to you. I knew this was not going to be an easy one. She always knows the answers. By the way, I love how she plays like she doesn't. Okay, I'm gonna come here and just kind of get rid of these. Wouldn't erasing be better? But I can't really. Maybe I can. Can I erase? They're all asking, can I erase? Oh, it does erase. I don't know why I didn't think it would erase. 0's going to stay there. And I'm going to give you another one.
Okay, change the color.
And this time I want you to tell me how you know what the answer is.
Okay.
I want you to actually tell us how you know it's rational
or irrational.
Okay. I'm going to go to the number 5. Because, that was really big. Let me undo that.
How did we do that?
Wow, I changed. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, please. Stop. Abort. Okay. Guys, you have no idea what's going on here. I've changed, but I have to change the font size because it looks like I'm like Ant-Man that went big. Okay. All right.
All right, we're back.
Woo! 5. Okay. Is 5 rational or irrational? We're going to stay.
Rational.
It is. Now, how did you know it was rational?
Because if you look at the things in the rational egg, it's a whole number.
It is a whole number. And if I change now, I'm going to have to be purple now because I can't be white. Whole numbers are inside the rational egg, and 5 is inside the rational egg. So it is also rational. And notice the little 15. That was a whole number too. That's how you sneaky girl. That's how you knew. All right, I'm going to give you another one similar to another one you already got right to build up your confidence.
Here we go.
How about 2/3? You got something similar. You got 1/2 correct up here. What's 2/3?
2/3 is rational.
It is rational now, but how do you know that it's rational?
Because if it can be written in a fraction?
Yes, because another, in the word rational, I'm going to make it purple. What's that word? Ratio.
There it is.
And a fraction is a ratio. This says irratio, which means not a ratio. So you can't be in there if you're a fraction. That is how you knew inherently that 2/3 had to also be, I'm off to the edge, that doesn't like that, also has to be a rational number. That's an easy one, guys. If it's a fraction, it's rational. All right. Now let's go with this one. You got this one right. Similar. I'm going to give you point.
Why does it keep doing
I know. I'm going to make the font a little bit bigger. And I'm going to do 0 point because the kids like the 0 points for some reason.
Yeah.
I'm going to just say 0.257, a decimal. All right. And what is that going to be?
That's rational.
It is rational. It's going to go over here in the rational category because all decimals can be written as fractions, right?
If they terminate.
If they terminate. We didn't see this little thing at the back, did we? The dot, dot, dot. I don't like that. That's really usually a Miss Byers, a language arts person, puts dot, dot, dot. It means it keeps going on, guys. And if you see it in math, not my favorite symbol, but it means that the number's going to keep going on with no predicted pattern.
No.
So if you see dot, dot, dot at the end, guess what it is?
It's not rational.
It's not rational.
It is?
What do we think? I heard them out there. Irrational. Good job. You guys are really participating. I like it. All right. So it's a decimal number, and decimal numbers will also go under the rational category. But the question then becomes, I circled rational here because we've already used irrational. I see we circled whole, but we haven't yet circled natural or integer. Let's ask ourselves, let's go back to what 0 is. So now we're back to 0. Is the number 0 a natural number or is the number 0 an integer. And I don't know if you know the answer to this. I did not know the answer to this until last year. I had to Google it. I Googled it.
And what did Google tell you?
Okay. So Google told me, I'm going to do this to everybody out there, and I got to tell you, I have fans in all over the country. Can I say I have viewers in Argentina? I have viewers in Vietnam. I have viewers everywhere. I am global. I'm global. She's laughing. I'm saying it. I've seen the analytics in my YouTube channel. Subscribe. Okay. So what I learned when how many times is the bell going to ring?
I don't know.
That's three.
That's
three. That's okay. I hope in the Philippines, my viewers out there have those kinds of bells and aren't freaking out and saying what's going on. Okay, guys. So I want participation from out there, from all over the world. I want you to think about being in kindergarten. Do you remember that, Miss Turner?
I do remember.
It wasn't that long for you compared to me. I'm a little older than Miss Turner. Okay, so if everybody goes back to kindergarten, and I want you to pretend you're in kindergarten, and I want you to start counting for me. And I'm going to have Miss Turner do that. Ready, Miss Turner? Start counting for me.
1, 2, 3.
And stop. Miss Turner did not say -5, -4, -3. Miss Turner did not say 1/2, 1, 1.5, 2, 1, 2 3/2. She didn't do that. And she didn't do 0, 1, 2, 3. Isn't that interesting? You didn't do 0. So you just naturally counted starting at what number?
1.
And those are your natural numbers, the numbers that begin with 1, 2, 3, and let's use ... Doesn't make it irrational, means it keeps going in that pattern, guys. So the natural numbers are all numbers that are whole starting with 1. Whole numbers greater than 0 is another way to say it. What would then an integer be? An integer would be all the positives, 1, 2, 3, also all the negatives, -1, -2, -3, and it would also include 0, because 0's in the middle.
It is rational.
It is rational, and it is considered an integer. 0 is an integer. Okay. So, the heck is left? I feel like we covered every imaginable number out there, but we didn't.
We didn't.
No. So what could we possibly not have covered? I'm going to erase this. If anybody actually wants that, just go back and, rewind the video if you don't have examples. What did we not cover? And I'm just going to cut to the chase.
Irrationals?
We did not cover the irrationals because we did not have examples of square roots that weren't perfect squares. I gave you the square root of 4, right?
Yeah.
And you said it was equal to 2. How did you know the square root of 4 was equal to 2?
Because it's a perfect square.
And how do you know that it was 2? How do you figure that out?
2 times 2 is 4.
That's exactly right. 2 times 2 is 4, and that's how you find square roots. I'm going to give her another one. You guys do this together. Square root of 16. Now wait, let my fans answer first. Did everybody say it? All right, they've gotten it already. They all got it right, so no pressure. No pressure at all.
4.
4 is correct. 4 times 4 is 16. So the square root of 16 is, gosh, don't worry. They didn't see it. Only we saw that. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys another one. Now don't yell it out until Miss Turner has a chance to think. Okay, Miss T.
Yes.
Square root of 49. They're not saying anything yet. They'll tell you if you're right or wrong. Go ahead. 7. Guys, is she right? Yep, they said you are. Very good. 7 times 7 is 49, and that's how you know it. So, okay, we just did a whole bunch of rational numbers, which didn't bring us any.
So what makes it
What could we do to these that would make them not work technically? What would happen if I gave you one that you would have a very hard time trying to do?
Can you change the color to red if you're going to give me just make me happy?
Of course I can.
Thanks.
I'm going to give you one that's red, meaning it's irrational, guys. We want to come up with one she can't do easily in her head, which means it can't be a number has a number that its factors are the same. So, for example, it can't be 4 because it's 2 times 2. And it can't be 16 because that would be 4 times 4. Mm-hmm. And it can't be 49 because that would be 7 times 7. It also can't be 81 because that would be 9. It can't be 25 because that would be 5. So, oh, wait, I heard somebody from Yugoslavia. Thank you. From Yugoslavia. I heard them yell out. It was in Yugoslavian, whatever that language is. But they yelled out for you. They said, what about 10? Square root of 10. Now, is there a number times itself that gives you 10? No. There is not. And therefore, this is irrational. The square root of 10 is irrational. Let me get somebody from the Philippines. Thank you. Out there, we had a Philippine suggestion of the square root of 129. They said, can you do that in your head? 129. The square root of 129. No, the closest I can come is the square root of 100. That would be 10, right? And then I could get closer.
Yeah.
What about this? 121. That's 11 times 11.
Yeah. So I know it's close to 11. It's 11 point.
11ish. 11ish. And it would be 11 point blah, 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 blah. It would go on forever, much like my other most favorite. Pi. Those were my Greek friends from Greece. They yelled out, don't forget the Greek letter pi. It is the most popular irrational number, I would say, is pi. Pi. Probably the most popular example of an irrational number. And if you ask somebody, that's probably the only one they could give you. But we could also say the square root of 129. And in fact, you'd be hard-pressed to not be able to come up with one because there's not that many perfect ones. Right, yeah. Okay, so those are irrational. Should we give them a little quiz? They quizzed you. Do you want to quiz them?
Let's quiz them.
I want you to quiz them, Ms. Turner.
I
do. I want you to give me any number. They're going to tell us whether it's rational or irrational.
How about we show them?
She's going to want me to switch colors. I can't pick red because then that would. How about
neutral
green?
Color,
how about green? Green is a positive color. Okay.
Let's start with 3/4.
So if we give them 3/4 and we ask them to classify it first just as rational or irrational, let's see what they would say. Oh, okay. I heard some rational. I heard a few say irrational. Why can this not be irrational? What's it missing? All irrational numbers have to have it. She's looking at me like we didn't prepare for that.
You did not prep me for this.
I did not prep her for that.
They have to have...
I know, I got it. Either a...
decimal or...
dot.
With the decimal.
Because it's written as a decimal. Or a square root symbol on it.
I thought you were going to go with that. We said if it's a fraction, it's rational.
If it's a fraction, it's rational. Except in some cases, when it's a fraction and it's irrational, we lied to them. I know. I'm sorry. We lied to them.
Why? I thought... I forgot. Well, that's using symbols.
That's mean. That's mean and nasty. But I just want to say...
You can do a fraction on the line.
If your fraction has an irrational part, then the number's irrational. And that is sassy. That's like an SAT sass. Yeah. But I had to throw Miss T because she's like super smart. And every once in a while I have to put her on the spot. So here's the deal, guys. Yes, she's 100% correct. If it's a fraction, it is rational, except on those really sassy problems.
And we won't do that.
And we won't do that. Well, I might.
I won't do that to you.
You won't do it to them. Rational. Is there another word? Can we go back to the egg? Yeah. In our purple egg, is there another number we could use to classify it? Is it a natural counting number? When you were in kindergarten, did you say 3/4?
No.
I agree with you. No. When you were in kindergarten and they asked you for whole numbers, did you give them fractions? I don't think you did those in kindergarten, but
but they're not whole numbers.
They're not. What about an integer? Those were the negative,
and
positives, and zero, but they were whole. So is there any other word that we can use to describe that? No.
In retrospect,
yeah, no, not really.
Rational,
I mean, we could say fraction, but that's
that's
not a classification. Okay, so it's irrational. That's it. Come up with another example for them.
What about 8.2 repeating?
8.2, and the 2 is repeating. Oh, gosh. So if we remember, we said that it was rational as a decimal. You said it. Did anybody out there remember? You could rewind it. Miss T said.
I actually did. I said
you
it,
did.
You
said it.
A particular thing that now is.
You specifically said it.
I said a word that I shouldn't.
Oh no, I think you should. I think you did.
I don't know if we're thinking of the right word.
I don't know, but
Let's see.
No, you said to them, and they were listening. Maybe some of them. Some of you are. I see you. You're on Instagram at the same time. You need to shut that down. Okay, close the Instagram on your phone. Finish watching the video first. You told them that it's rational if it's a decimal as long as it terminates or repeats. And what does this little symbol mean?
Repeat.
It means it repeats. So if it's a terminating, meaning it stops, that would be if it just said 8.2. Or if it repeats 8.2222222 if it said 8 point, that's why I hate this symbol. This is just stupid. Sorry. First of all, we have 2 sets of dots. One is a decimal, one is this makes no sense. I hate it. But if you see the 222 ... it means continuing on in the pattern. And there's a clear pattern.
Yes.
And so that's why this would still be rational. It is rational. I'm so glad we had that talk because that's a big one. You threw a real tricky one at them. Give them another one. Come on.
Square root of 41.
Okay. Now here's the one where if you don't know your perfect squares, you might need to maybe even use a calculator. You could. If you put the square root of 41 in a calculator, you're going to get a decimal. I'm going to do it real quick because I'm going to do it. You can't see me doing it, but I'm typing the square root of 41. And I'm going to write a little bit. 6.4031242237, and then it stops. My calculator actually just stops it there because it ran out of space. There's really an implied ... It just keeps going. Does anybody see a pattern? In any pattern whatsoever where you could predict the next number? No. And the reason is you're not going to see that because that's the square root of a non-perfect square, meaning it's not the square root of 25, it's not the square root of 81, it's the square root of a number that does not have 2 of the same factors, and therefore it is irrational, not... I'm just going to go IRR because I ran out of space. Give them another one. Or do you have another one?
I always have.
You always. She's good. She always has one.
-7.
Yeah.
We'll just keep it simple.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. Lucky number 7, but with a negative in front. So -7. What are we asking? Rational
or irrational?
Hey, Miss S. Come on over here, Miss S. Get on over here. We're going to bring the party to them. We're talking. Come say hi to Miss S. Miss S, say hi to the world. Hello, world. Can I just tell you, Miss S is a world traveler. And I just got through telling Miss T that I have viewers all over the world, and they're all listening right now. Well, so we're talking to the world about rational and irrational numbers. And Miss T has given us an example, -7, and we're classifying it as rational or irrational to start off with. So Miss S, totally off the cuff, she only came in here for a cup of coffee that I don't have. Could you tell us, would you say rational? She's looking at me like, how could you do this to me? I love my job. Would you say, subscribe, rational, or would you say irrational? -7. Don't give her any help. Don't give her help.
I did not help her.
I would say rational.
She would say, and she would be correct, but she can't guess, right? Do your teachers let you do that? No, they go, explain. So we're going to ask you. You are correct. Now she's rolling her eyes.
Doing this to me too.
Rational. She's right that it's rational, but does she have the words to back it up? So we're going to show her our egg. Should we show her the purple egg? Don't give her answers. Miss T's trying to feed her answers, and she doesn't eat it. Miss S is smarter than me when it comes to math. Okay, can you see our purple egg and our red egg?
Yes.
Okay. So we identified everything in the purple egg is rational.
Yes.
We have integers.
Yes.
We have whole numbers.
Yes.
We have natural numbers.
Okay.
And our red egg is irrational numbers. That's it.
Okay.
So you claimed it was in the purple egg.
Yes.
And it is. Is there one of these words that you would say would apply to the number -7 that would actually put it in the purple egg?
Yes, it's an integer.
Oh my
It's a
gosh,
whole negative number. Integers are whole numbers, negative or positive.
We're going to go right over there. It is a whole number. It is a negative number. So not only would we say it's rational, we could go a little further and say it's an integer.
Yes, it is. It is.
And we'd be right in doing it. Oh my gosh, I just want to say I love you. I love you all. And I hope, did we cover everything? I feel good. I feel good. Do you feel good, Miss
I
Jen?
feel great.
Okay.
Do you know what an irrational or irrational number is?
Yes, so
So then we're good.
We're good. If she's good, we're good. You're good. Guys, thank you for joining us. I just want to remind you to be good to each other. And I'll see you on the flip side.